Well, hello, Elaine. Thank you for joining me for Community Corner. It's good to see you this morning. Could you tell folks just a little bit about who you are and what your role is in the community?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm Elaine McClure and I'm the chairperson of Dundonald Highland Games. I've been in the village for just over 17 years and absolutely love it. And it's such a great community, and I think has shown its true light and true colours, and it's absolutely the best it possibly can be at this time at the moment.
I will agree with you, Elaine. You'll know I've only been in the village, just short of a year and a half. I came obviously as the Minister of Dundonald, and I can't believe what a wonderful little community it is. The community spirit is just amazing, and I got to witness my first Highland Games last year, which was just awesome. I couldn't believe how amazing it was. I have been to other Highland Games before, but Dundonald really shone out to be the best. So can you tell us a little bit about behind the history behind the Dundonald Highland Games?
Yeah, the Highland Games, there's been gala days for quite a few years in the kind of 70s and 80s. And then kind of when we got into about 1990, there was a kind of real push to have something a bit different and to encourage a bit more community spirit in terms of Highland and pipe bands. So in 1991, the first Dundonald Highland Games took place, and that incorporated Highland dancers, tug of war, a mass pipe band, a solo piper up the hill in the castle, and really it's just gone from strength to strength. We have lots of stalls as well on the day, and it's really a great income for our community organisations throughout the year, and that's where they get their main income. So it's a fantastic thing to be involved in for me. I just absolutely love it, and I get such a buzz. We've just put up the bunting in the village, and as soon as that goes up, you're like, oh, something's happening, and there's just a great community buzz about the place.
Oh, I agree with you. My boys absolutely loved it when the bunting went up, which is just lovely. It just gives a bit of a smile to our village. So what is happening this year then, obviously with COVID and the restrictions? What are we doing this year for the Highland Games?
So this year, absolutely cannot be any mass events, and anything that we do will be within the social guidelines from the government. What we are doing is a series of kind of virtual events that we're going to plan. They're all on our social media pages and our website, and I think the community will really embrace it. So what we're doing is, the first one we've got, which is live at the moment, is the 10K, and that is a virtual 10K. So what we've done is we've marked it out throughout the village with all the kind of white signs and everything. We've also had Scott Brown, who's our local guru, fitness guru, and he's from Scott Brown Fitness, and he's a great supporter of the games, and he's run it, and he's done a wee YouTube video just in case you get lost. So that's all good. So there's no excuses. So you can run from Dundonald to Simonton and back. It's quite tough. There's some interesting hills or mounds of opportunity, as Scott likes to say in the video, but that's a fantastic thing. And we are having winners. So Scott's kindly sponsored the first home from local, and also the overall winner. So that's a brilliant thing, and you can do it. It's open now. You can log on to Entry Central and just log on your details, and then do it between now and the 29th of July. So have a few practices and get to Simonton and back, see how fast you can do it. So that's really good, and you'll get a limited edition lockdown medal. So I mean, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Absolutely.
That's a great thing to have. So that's one of the first things. We're also doing various other things. So we're going to do a virtual pet show. I don't really do animals, so that's going to be very safe for me, and it's been sponsored by the Dundonald House in the village. Again, we can't thank our sponsors enough for just supporting the games throughout the years, and during the lockdown as well. So the virtual pet show will be taking place on the Wednesday before the games, and you can log in. You have to register beforehand. You'll log in and you'll get your pass, and away you go. You'll zoom away, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that the technology works, and everybody can get judged, and there'll be fantastic prizes as well. So that's a really exciting thing, and we're hoping to live stream it to Facebook if our IT experts can manage that. what other things are we doing? We're doing a garden competition. So we're encouraging local communities, green-fingered people, to either decorate their house or just do a planter, or anything goes. As long as we can see it from the roadside, we'd like you to dress up your house and really just brighten up the village. And the theme is the Dundonald Highland Games. So anything goes. What else are we doing? We're doing an art competition in partnership with the local school. So again, bringing more community into the games, and we do this annually anyway, but this year we're doing Well Done Dundonald. What do we do well? So we can't wait to get the entries in for that from the children, so that's really exciting. A first for Dundonald Highland Games, we're having a poetry competition with fantastic prizes as well, so worthwhile. Check out the details, and you can either recite your own poem, or you can just do something else. So we've already had fantastic entries, so worthwhile entering. Give it loudly, I would say, and let us know how good you are at poetry. And a few more things, backed by popular demand, our walking treasure hunt. Now, obviously, we can't do that on the night we would normally do it, but during Games Week, we'll post up the questions, and then we'll ask people just to go around at their own pace at any time during that Games Week and look for the clues, and enjoy that with your small virtual families. And then we're also doing a car treasure hunt, which there's details to be discussed, but again, social distancing in your car, in your wee bubbles, and away you go around the village and parts beyond. And finally, on Games Day, we would like to do a virtual fancy dress competition. So again, register beforehand, and then just provide us with your details, and we'll connect you to Zoom. And our current chieftain, Kevin McCauley, who's getting 2 years out of this, which is unprecedented, he will be judging the fancy dress, which he completely loves, absolutely. But no, he doesn't. But so that's some of it. There's just so much going on. There's so much planning, and we've got fantastic volunteers in the committee, and also supporters who will just pitch up and help us. So I really can't thank you enough, because this is different for us. It is different, but we will be all together, and it's just I'm really getting a buzz about it. So it gets closer and things start to happen, and so it's all good. It's all good.
Well, I've got a little cat in the house that's already being trained in his tricks.
Oh, good, so, because the pet show is there's three.
Floyd is going to be in the pet show, and he's putting through the training at the moment, because we're taking this quite seriously. Well, so he's got to be up to scratch. He's got to be up to scratch.
Yeah, there's.
And the 10K I'm quite keen on. I'm going to maybe walk it first.
I think I'll do that, yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe put in a bit of training and see if I could at least jog it. We'll see.
I think I'll just walk it, actually. But anything goes. Yeah,
it all sounds really exciting.
It is.
And I think what's really nice is with the kids being off and their summer holiday now, and probably a lot of them have holidays that have been cancelled, it gives something for all the family to enjoy together, which is wonderful. Yeah. So Elaine, coming back to lockdown, what was your perception of the community spirit in Dundonald in the lockdown period? So
I think it took a lot of adjusting for a lot of people, and I'm the same. I've been working throughout, so I've just had to keep going, but working from home, which again is different. But I think the community have absolutely rallied round, and the church has been a key to that. And yourself and your team of fantastic volunteers have really brought the community together and supported each other in that way. And I think that is so important, that you maybe wouldn't normally get in a kind of bigger town. But I think the bags of joy they've been sending out to everybody, and just keeping in touch, and the little letters going out to everybody, and the contact details if you needed anything, I think that's been absolutely brilliant. And I think yourself and the team should be completely applauded for just watching out for everybody, because you don't know who's isolated, and unless you reach out, you might not hear people's struggles, and it's hard for everybody. There's been ups and downs, and but the fact that we've got a beautiful wood nearby as well, people can get out and about. Some people are not as lucky as that, so lockdown has been a challenge, but I think the community has absolutely rallied round and supported, and continues to support people to just feel, make the best of what we can, take each day as it comes.
I know, I mean, I've completely been overwhelmed with how incredible the community have been during this period. Not even just folks that are in the church, even folks that are not associated with the church, when they heard about some of our community initiatives, they were knocking at the door saying, we'll help in any way. And that's the spirit of Dundonald, that people just want to support one another. And as a church, we've been really trying to make sure that we're reaching out to people that are the most isolated. So folks that aren't on the internet, that aren't connected, that aren't hearing about all the different support that is out there for them, just making sure that they have somebody to talk to. And I'm hopefully confident in the village that everyone has looked after their neighbour. That's what I'm hearing, that people get shopping in for other people. I've heard of a family that give an evening meal every night to the lady at the bottom of the garden. It's just overwhelming, and I just think that is what we need to continue, even post-lockdown, just being this connected community that show love to one another. That's what it's all about. Elaine, I know you're a woman of faith. You helped me with my Easter service. In fact, I think you did the readings for Easter Sunday, when we attempted the outside service in the manse, and Naughty Floyd knocked over the cross before it started. So he's already got a few video hits on Facebook as Floyd. Wonder if we could add that into his competition. Maybe that would that would get him a few hits.
Yeah.
So Elaine, you've got faith yourself. How do you use your faith to cope with uncertainties when they come in life?
I think just take each day as it comes, and just know that there's support there that I know I can pull on, and completely believe in the fact that things happen for a reason, and and I know that I'm kind of maybe stronger than maybe sometimes I think I am, and that just gives me a bit more confidence to keep going. But I think that's the kind of key to it. And don't beat yourself up. It's okay to not be okay. And that, I think that philosophy, and just trying to be a good person, and be support to people that need it, and absolutely that comes back in waves when you need that I need that. So I find that really powerful for me.
I think for me, I think everyone's had a difficult time in lockdown. It's been challenging for people in different ways. So some people have been challenged with living on their own and being completely isolated. Other people have been challenged with being in the house with their children all the time and attempting to homeschool. Other people have been challenged, they're barriers, and that they're living with a disability or an illness. Some people have had to cope with their treatment being put on hold. Everyone's had different challenges. And I think for me, just drawing on my strength that no matter what you're facing, God is with you. And you spoke about the Dundonald Woods. Obviously, we haven't been able to get into our church sanctuary throughout the whole of this because it's been the building has been closed. But I've just been trying to show people that they can connect with God no matter where they are. For me, it's been walking in the Dundonald Woods, listening to some worship music, and just meditating on that verse, be still and know that I am God. I'm here with you throughout whatever. You can draw on me at any time. And that sense that, no matter what happens, God doesn't abandon you. He's with you. And, I think that's what the church family have managed to instill in all of this. Yes, we're not worshipping together in a building, but the church isn't a building. The church is a community, a family of faith that can worship and support one another wherever we are. So, but I am looking forward to joining in the Dundonald Games. Actually, I didn't know about half those things that you were talking about. So I'm going to maybe think about, see if I've got a skill in poetry. You never know. I haven't tried that before.
I think you should then. Yeah. The games are on the 1st of August, Saturday the 1st of August, and then Games Week is the week prior to that. But social media is we're all go, and lots of posts. So we'll keep you informed.
Well, thank you, Elaine. I'll say goodbye. Thank you for your time. And thank you for your nice flag behind you as well. It's lovely. See you soon.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.